Namaste. Shubh day to everyone. I am Sri Suresh Swami studying in 7th grade Lotus Valley International School. Welcome one and all to Mask Up. It's an initiative of Shubh Group in association with Karma Foundation supported by Kio Life. Are you ready to go to school? Frankly speaking, मेरा दिल बोले हाँ, दिमाग बोले ना. Several state governments have given their nod for opening of school, and my school has adopted the dual medium of education because of pressure from parents. I believe parents are right in their own way, but not all schools have the infrastructure, and neither it's practically possible for all grades to learn online. So several education institutions have adopted the offline mode of education now. But the road to opening of school isn't easy. So Shubh Group, in association with Karma Foundation, supported by Kio Life, have a solution for you. Let's learn from our educational leaders. So we welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Pramod Mahajan. He has been on the forefront of education domain for past 3 decades, heading one of the biggest schools of the UAE with 11,000 plus students, Sharjah Indian School, awarded globally for educational leadership, having expertise in IBDP, CIAE, ICSE, and CBSE teaching, president of CED and GTE UAE chapter, former general secretary and board member of Principal Council of Sharjah, Private Educational Authority, Government of Sharjah, and I can go on and on. Wow, sir, such a wonderful and inspirational profile you have. So, sir, thank you for being here and sparing your precious time for us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to share some time with you, to have some discussion with you. So, if anything in your mind, you can ask. Otherwise, I will give my input.
So, yeah, my first question would be like, I had read few articles which mentioned that UAE schools are open since August 2020, and a few other articles said that schools are opening for face-to-face learning only from October 21st. So, first, for all our listeners, what's the actual scenario of school education post-COVID in UAE?
Yeah, very well said, and I'm very happy that you are going through the articles, taking care of yourself. Yes, in UAE, the face-to-face schooling started from August, but from August they have given 3 options. The parents can decide complete face-to-face, hybrid model, or complete online. Then, mid of September, they have made it compulsory that all sort of assessment should happen within the school campus only. So that was the another option, and definitely from October, first week in Dubai, they are planning 100% face to face. In Abu Dhabi, second week 100% face to face. In Sharjah, third week 100% face to face. But yes, there are certain norms which we have to follow. We have to take care of the safety, security, and hygiene of the students. In UAE, they are giving top priority on the hygiene, safety, and security. So every classroom is having sanitization bottles. Every classroom gets sanitized at least 2 times a day. The same classroom will be used for the same students only. Even the desk should remain same for that child. You cannot change your desk, you cannot change your room. So that is there. Masks are compulsory. You are supposed to put the gloves also. Washrooms also, there are certain rules and regulation which you have to follow. 3 times a day, whatever with your tenure in the school, thrice we have to check your temperatures. There are isolation rooms, there are segregation rooms, there are dedicated doctors and nurses who are taking the round. Anywhere any symptoms found, you will be isolated in a particular room, and then your parents will be called and taken care of. Yes, but there are a lot of motivational activities are going on. Taking into consideration the size of the classroom and the number of students, 1 meter distance is compulsory as on date. They are planning to reduce that distance by second week or third week of October. So what is happening? The capacity of the classroom is 30 students, but with that 1 meter distance, it has reduced to 15. Even the bus capacity in the month of August, they started with 50% only. So if your bus is 60 seaters, so only 30 students can be there. Now they have increased up to 75%. So if 60 students are there, the 75% students can accommodate in that. So 45 students will come. So taking into that consideration, we are following here hybrid model. What happened? 15, like every classroom which have 30 students, group A and group B. So group A is attending the class face to face, and there are electronic media. The same class, same classroom will be transmitted to the students, another group B who is sitting at home. So they are enjoying online, and then the next day, group B will come face to face, and group A will enjoy the online. So, like that, it is going on. But assessment, everyone is coming to the school and writing the assessment. So, these are some practices going on here. But yes, health, health, and health safety is on top priority. The ultimate aim is the student should come with the smiling face, they enjoy the learning and go with the smiling face. That's all. So that we are ensuring. In this country, happiness index is important. So there are happy schools, happy teachers, happy students, and happiness everywhere. So that is the fundamental concepts of hybrid learning. And you have very rightly said from August it has started, but now it is gear up like anything in the month second week of September, and by first week of September we are expecting 70% to 80%, second week 90%, third week full fledged. So that is the scenario in UAE.
Okay, sir. Sir, you had answered most of my questions which I had prepared in that just one question only. So I'll be so. What measures have been taken? No, actually, what kind of concerns the parents raised, and how were or how are they being dealt with?
Yeah. So the parents' concern is main concern is that if my child is going to the school, what he will eat or what she will eat, what is the drinking water facility, and how safe it is. That is the first concern. Second concern, suppose that if any of the child has shown some symptoms that moment, so how school will protect my child. That is the second concern. And the third concern is they are always asking that thing. Tell us 3 points which will prove that your school is safer, more safer than the home. So first concern has been resolved, taking into consideration, we call them, we have shown them, see, these are the isolation room, these are the segregation room, this is the social distancing, masking, you have to put your globes, washrooms are safe, no water, whatever water you are bringing from your home, you are using that water only, no sharing of food, all the canteen facilities being closed, homely food, and your tiffin you have to eat, no sharing, social distancing is there, doctors are there taking temperature, each and everything is going on. They are playing also, but on the playground also we are ensuring that the distance should be more than 1 meter. They are dancing also, so all the things are going on. We allow them in the Zoom break room to have a virtual fighting also, so that is also going on. See, they should feel yes, it is in true sense the schooling going on. So that is another thing. Third thing is every day we do invite some parents also come and visit and see that thing, how safe your kids are. And another thing is in UAE, the schoolings are data driven. So every day we are giving the data that this many students are having some sort of problem when they are at home, and how many students are having problem when they are at school. So when they are at school, that ratio has reached to 0% now. Means whatever, there are some students who got positive, and they are from the home only, and the source is either the mother is positive or father is positive or any relative or something like that. So with that confidence building is going on, and it's a mutual trust, and things are taking place properly.
Sir, it's clear Indian schools have to take inspiration from all the schools in UAE,
Yeah.
because if we want to continue with the normal school curriculum, we have to take proper precautions like UAE.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
what special measures apart from vaccination have been taken by the UAE government to reduce the spread of the virus, especially after the opening of the schools, and how well the schools have accepted the government initiatives?
See, the problem is not the corona. Problem is your willpower. If you are positive, also nothing wrong. Sometimes it happens. Whatever you do, suppose you become positive. So there are ways and means. Your body, at per your this age, your body creates antibodies within yourself. So you have to have a faith within yourself. You have to have that sort of wish and will to compete against the corona. So we are motivating students. We are creating that positivity and that optimism within the students that you are far stronger than the coronavirus. So if that feeling is there within you, I can fight against the coronavirus, half the problem is solved. Actually, what happens, the researchers says students get panic. And when you get panic, the flow of the neurons in your brain get distracted. And that distraction creates a lot of problem. And then you start thinking this will happen to me, that will happen to me, and then your body will stop responding to the medicines and all sort of things. So if you have that optimism, if you have that positivity, and if you have that faith within yourself, my immune system is so strong, so why to worry? And then God is always there to support me, why to worry? And my parents have done all the good things, good deeds for everyone and for anyone, so why to worry? So that will give you the positivity, and that will enhance your willpower, and you can fight against the corona. That is one thing which we are spreading. Second thing is utmost care has to be taken. That is more important. So gloves, sanitization, washing the hands, social distancing, proper mask. Every day you have to change the mask, you have to throw the mask. How good, whatever be the good quality your mask is, because corona is corona, it is lifeless. So maybe anywhere, and the size is like that, you cannot see. So all those things are taking fresh air, water from home only, homely food, no junk food, hot water, tulsi water, water with black pepper and all those things that Ayurvedic fundas also we are telling to the students, and they are enjoying it. They are enjoying it. So the another thing is, if your body is fit, your brain is fit, you will remain happy, and if that happiness is there, you remain enthusiastic, and that enthusiasm actually is important to take care of yourself. So all those things we are doing, and that's why the students are happy. And another thing is, uh, now in this, after this pandemic, the style of teaching the students have completely changed. We are giving them the full autonomy of their learning process. They are owning their own learning. They have become now independent learner. So they are engaged by doing projects. They are engaged by doing lots of research. They are engaged by peer group discussion. If you are engaged, if you are happy, your body will sound and things will be resolved. So these are some, we can say, telepathical aspects which we are taking care of.
Sir, that's so true that having a positive environment, having a positive feeling will eventually the virus will not be able to do anything to you.
Yeah.
Even my family was affected by COVID. I was also COVID positive, but later on we came out of the corona, and thank God nothing went wrong. And Also, um, what will be your advice for the government schools administration and parents with respect to opening of schools in India?
My suggestion to the government schools, they have to take care of the safety, security, hygiene, social distancing, masking, sanitization, washing the hands, all those things if taken care of, and keeping the students happy, ensuring the smiling dynamics on their faces, keeping them engaged when they are coming to the school, no sharing of food, no sharing of water, no distribution of any sort of chocolates or anything within the school campus, no touch here and there. All the dustbins should be pedal operated, not the hand operated. All the wherever suppose you are putting the sanitization box, so the sanitizer should be automatic. You put your hands and then some amount of sanitizer should fall. It should not be touching type of things. In the washrooms also we have to take care of that thing. And airflow should be proper. It should be proper lighting. Sunlight should come within the classrooms. The try to avoid the air conditioned classrooms. There should be a cross ventilation. Here in UAE, the temperature is more than 50 degrees Celsius. In spite of that, we do take care of the cross ventilation. We cannot avoid air conditioning because it's just not possible. But still, we do take care of the cross ventilation. Fresh air should be there. India, that way we are very fortunate that God has given such type of geography and such type of climate that we can enjoy cross multiplication, cross ventilation, and we can enjoy sunlight, and we can enjoy rain also, and we can enjoy everything. Such type of things are not there throughout the world or in other countries. And if that has been taken care of, and definitely some isolation room should be there, doctors and nurses should be there to build that confidence that suppose something goes wrong, so there should be a instant solution, there should be instant action. Every school should have task force, COVID-19 task force, and the health and safety officer who leads that COVID-19 task force should be 24 by 7 taking care of sanitization. Classroom should be sanitized at least twice. That is must, with the proper chemicals which has been suggested by WHO. So these are certain things which has to be taken care of. Parents has to see that they should give the fresh homely made food, limited amount. It should not be that the child is eating half the tiffin and half the tiffin throwing. That also creates problem. If you are eating less, also no issues, but you have to finish your tiffin. That is more important. No washing of tiffins inside the classroom or inside the washrooms. That should be avoided. Gloves should be there. Sanitizer. You should have your personal sanitizer also with you, and mask and proper masking, not for the sake of putting the mask. It should be a proper mask. It should be a proper authorized mask. There are certain checkpoints of the mask also that has to be taken care of. So parents should send them with the smiling face and always be ready to welcome them after the schooling with the smiling face. So that is that. Another thing is you should have sufficient sleep every day. You should not eat the junk food. If that has been taken care of, half the things will be solved. And another thing is uh, parents should keep the students close to the nature. When I say close to the nature means, again, food, fresh food, fruits also, fresh fruits. Praying is very important. Chanting is very important. So if that is going on every day, you will build the confidence within yourself, and you will develop that trust that yes, God Almighty, Allah, whoever be, your belief is there, they are with you, supporting you. And with that, you will create such type of flora within your body that whatever the virus is, you will certainly fight against that. So these are some points has to be taken care of, and it is not so much costly. It is very easy. We can at a reasonable rate we can understand that thing. And in India, so lots of things are coming up. thanks to Indian government that worldwide everyone is praising India because of the proper vaccination and the quality of the vaccines. No second thought about the vaccines which has been produced in India. And the climate, our climate is such a beautiful climate that automatically the effect of virus is reducing. But the problem with hygiene and our thought process to ensure our personal hygiene, that should be taken care of. That is only the gray area I can see in India which is creating problem. Otherwise, if Indians take into consideration that yes, we will do, so they can do anything. You take the case of Dharavi, so crowded area in Mumbai, but the less number of corona patients is that there in Dharavi. How it happened? Their willpower. They tried their level best, and they can do wonders. There is a particular characteristics of the Indians. Within 24 hours, they can do wonders. So whatever the situation is. So they maintain their own hygiene. The same thing can be done in the schooling also. The government schools also can do that thing. That's the only point. And another thing is monitoring. Here in UAE, very strict monitoring. Two times the municipality officials will come. Every day, somebody from the education ministry will come and they will supervise and they will see. And they will not spare you if anything wrong is happening. So that sort of proper monitoring should be there. In India, we are losing that sort of, we are very, very flexible. We don't monitor ourselves. So that monitoring is must. So these are my some inputs.
I think, sir, your inputs were fantastic. They were really true. Some people, while I was walking outside, some people are wearing masks as if they are going on a picnic.
Yeah.
They
So
have
they
no care
should
about.
they should wear the mask, taking into consideration that they are safeguarding themselves first and then safeguarding others. For the show of mask should not be there.
Yeah, that's also true. And I have one last question. I had seen one of your interviews at 2019 World Education Summit, where
Mhm.
you expressed your viewpoints with reference to the future of education. How much do you
Yeah.
think has the pandemic changed the course of education, and what do you think should the pedagogy of for school education India must adopt in the current scenarios?
Yeah. See, this pandemic has proved that learning is far, far away than the five-star facilities and air-conditioned classroom. Learning is far, far away than blah, blah, blah coaching classes. Learning is far, far away than blah, blah, blah textbooks and this and that. Learning is something within. If a child is independently learning, if a teacher, instead of academic bossing, if helping the child, scaffolding the child, and if the complete ownership of the learning is given to the students, allow them to commit the blunders. If we enjoy your blunders, trust me, the learner will not repeat the blunders in future. Rather than they will go to the root cause why that mistake happened. They will find out it, they will rectify it, they will redo it, they will redefine it, they will reinvent it, and that reinvention will give you the self satisfaction. So pedagogical aspect is we have to ignite that spark within the child. We have to train the students learning about how to learn, understanding about how to understand, applying about how to apply. And we have to keep the learners away from the rote memory. Keep on challenging them, keep on engaging them, keep on scaffolding them, keep on enjoying their mistakes, and keep on guiding them. So these are the pedagogies actually are important. The data proved that from last 2 years, schools were closed, but learning was going on. Coaching classes were closed, whatever with the exams happened. JEE, IIT, NEET, the result is far, far better than last 5 years. What does it indicate? It indicates that the students were doing independent learning, doing a lot of research, taking the help on certain points, taking the remediation on certain points from the teachers, spending a lot of time on internet to find out the facts and figures and modifying their own thought process and working on themselves academically, and that thing brought the change. And that throughout the world only Indians can do, and that's why they do say that India is the Vishwa Guru. So our pedagogies are proved pedagogies. All other countries are following our pedagogies rather than. So this pandemic has proved all those things. This pandemic has proved all the prayer rooms, mandir, masjid, girjaghar, everything was closed, but the prayers was going on. So there is a main essence within praying, not the big temples and big mosque and doing all those things. What is important is praying. What is important is chanting. What is important is spending time with the family. What is important is parents, instead of showing the parental bossing, give the quality time to the students, to their kids. Sometimes give shoulder to them to cry if they are not happy. Sometimes dance with them if they are happy. Enjoy their mistakes. Suppose you got 80 marks, celebrate it. The another 20 marks will automatically come. But if the parents started asking where your 20 marks have gone, then trust me, in the next examination, another 40 marks will be gone. So we have to enjoy that thing. So if these are some concepts, if we follow, I think things will change. And those are the pedagogies that the students should be given full autonomy. Students should not be assessed for the things which they are already knowing. If I am asking you, tell me the table of 12, that you know very well. Why to ask that thing, and why to access you on that? Why to ask you to tell me the laws of motion? You know that thing. I should challenge you by asking in your daily life which law of motion you are using, and if you are using, in what way you are using, and how you can implement. I always give the example of the fighter pilot Abhinandan. He was using the outdated plane just like a bullock cart, and the another person who are using the world's best available aircraft. Who won finally? Abhinandan. It is not the plane, it is not the aircraft, it is the fighting skill, it is that willpower. So, the skill based education, skilling is the main pedagogy. Critical thinking, innovation, risk taking, these are the concepts which will change the world. No technology will change the world, technology will support you. Technology will support you. There are two concepts. You have to embrace the technology instead of becoming techno addict. Now, another problem is, for the name of technology, everybody is becoming techno addict. That's not required. You have to explore the machine instead of becoming machine. So because of this pandemic, some teachers, they themselves become a machine 24/7. That is not required. Explore the machine, embrace the technology, use it as and when it is required. What is more important is your innovation, your creativity, your critical thinking, your risk taking things, and whatever you learn, how to apply that thing in the unknown situation. What that fighter pilot Abhinandan has done, he applied whatever he was knowing in the unknown situation. And what that another pilot was doing, he was following the instruction, because he was saying, I am sitting in an aircraft which is best in the world, nothing will happen to him. But that is not the way. So skill, pedagogy, research, independent learning, project based learning, and apply the things in the unknown situation. That is important. And that is possible if students are engaged, challenged, make them uncomfortable. If you are uncomfortable, you will find out your ways and means. But if you are comfortable, you will never come out of your comfort zone. So these are the things.
It's so true, sir. Your thoughts, and I also realized that because if there was no pressure and being put on the children, then they wouldn't need to rectify, and then they have to say,
Yeah,
okay, from the page number 168, the answer is 12, table 12, 24, 36, 48,
yeah,
and then they wouldn't have to. Because of that gap between technology and real life writing, they were able to gain more marks than past 5 years because they adapted to the new situation. There was more pressure, so they kept being uncomfortable and learning more
yeah.
in the process. So
Not
as
learning more, not learning more, but they were there was a real learning happening. Not that learning which is called mugging up and omitting in the examination. That was not
yeah,
happening.
and it's also true that the Baba Guru Nanak's teachings, Nam Dam Isnan, and
Yes,
we should
yes,
imply that in our everyday life, and
yes.
we should be true to ourselves. And it's thank you, sir, for your time, and my questions have ended. So I would
I
request,
appreciate your
uh,
questions.
thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate your questions and your homework. Very good. And keep
Thank you,
on
sir.
doing that thing.
Thank
You
you.
will have a very, very bright future if you continue this type of things. And I am thanks to Karma Foundation as well as the Shubh groups that they are motivating the students, the young stars, the rising stars to take a step which is always ahead. So do out of the box activities rather than I always used to use that dialogue. Don't do out of the box anything, throw the box out and then do the things. So if you're throwing the box out, then you will do creatively and then you'll do the original things. But if you are keeping the box and doing something out of the box, still that box will remind you your boundaries, your limitations. What is required is boundaries should be broken. There should not be limit. Even the sky should not be the limit. Sky should be just beginning. And we, and only we can do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your answers were truly enlightening and invigorating. Thank you, Shubh Group, Karma Foundation, and Kio Life for giving this opportunity. I would now request Siddharth Gauba from Shubh Group to ask any other questions in reference to this topic to Dr. Mahajan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shubh day to everyone.
Bye.
First of all, I would like to thank you, sir, for your precious time and your positive mindset. I only have one question. How can we tell
Please.
everyone, including children who are chanchal from their heart, to wear masks properly, during this pandemic time?
See, it will not happen by pressure. It will happen by citing the example. It will happen by convincing them that this is the only weapon with which you can fight against the enemy called Corona. When we convince them and when they internalize it within themselves, they will do that. If you pressurize in front of you, they will wear the mask and after that, they will show their colors. So, how effectively you are convincing them, that is important. And for that, you yourself has to do a lot of research, a lot of modeling, and a lot of scaffolding. So that is must. You have to lead by the example. What we do, we will keep our mask down and we will ask students, put the mask properly. Why you are not doing that thing? Things will not happen like that. Things will not happen like that. In our school, teachers are putting two masks and shield. Then they can create that effect on the students that yes, now wear the mask properly. So like that. You're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for this great and very informative session. I just wish God give us lots of strength to fight this pandemic situation.
God has given the strength. We are not utilizing it properly. Let me cite you an example. I think 2 months before there was a news in Mumbai itself only, the sea storm has come little bit, and near about 20-ton garbage were thrown out by the sea. Now the question arises: we are unnecessarily blaming that sea because of the seaside. This happened and that happened, and this garbage has come out. The question arises: who put that garbages inside the sea? Now, if you are putting garbage inside the sea has every right to correct you, and that has been happening. This pandemic, believe me, trust me, it is only for the correction in the nature, in the climate, which we have created something wrong. Our lifestyle is changed. We are running behind a materialistic world. We have forgotten our original eating habit, relation, family relation. We are moving away from that. We started becoming a machine. 24/7 we are working without taking care of ourselves. And because of that, God has given this sort of things. Now you integrate yourself and you correct yourself. If not, this this environment is not for you. We have to understand we are for some time on this earth. We have to take care of our environment, our mother earth, to give it to the next generation. But what we are thinking, we are the owner of this property and we are utilizing it. We should not. We should only worship the earth, the climate, and live it nicely. So unnecessary, we should not blame the God. God has given every strength within us. Who spoiled our own immune system? We ourselves, by our habit. If we don't spoil our own immune system, so nothing will happen. No corona can affect you. All the medical specialists have proved that if your body has a immunity, nothing can happen. Who is disturbing that immunity? We. Not sleeping on proper time, late night sleeping. So that is a problem. Not rising in the morning, that's a problem. Eating junk food, that is a problem. Only on a particular days we are praying, that is another issue. Praying should be every day, should be proper timing. Parents here and there are parents who are not seen their kids weeks. So only on the weekend they can have dinner with them. That's all. So what? Why to blame the Almighty and why to blame the climate and why to blame? This pandemic has proved that we have to integrate ourselves, we have to correct ourselves, we have to ensure our proper habits. Things will change.
Definitely.
So that's my thought process. Maybe appearing somewhat philosophical or somewhat rude, but that's the ground reality.
No, sir. Thank you so much for your service. Also, sir, I would like to thank all our lovely audience with the core of my heart to be here with us. May we all grow from strength to strength and emerge this victorious from being present pandemic to make an impact in the world of education. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.